It's a really special day together. I think it's pretty safe to say it's been a very lovely occasion so far, and Mum and Richard both deserve a lot of credit for making it all come together, and for enabling us to celebrate here in our home, which offers a far more intimate and personal atmosphere than can normally be afforded in a public venue. It truly was an honour to be able to walk down the aisle with Mum earlier, to give her away, and to now celebrate the beginning of this new and exciting chapter in her and Richard's lives. Now, it would be customary in this sort of wedding speech for me to come up with the odd anecdote or two about Mum, to give a bit of light, humorous relief amidst all the sockiness. But unfortunately, I don't rate myself as much of a comedian, and sadly, given she brought me up during my childhood and teenage years, she has a far greater amount of dirt on me than I can even. So in the interest of self-preservation, I think I'll avoid diving too deeply into any of these. But while we're all in our home here together, I do want to still share one particular story about our home life from the past few years. So those of you who have known Mum for a long time will know that there used to be a very important dog in our lives called Polo, a little Westie who had been our close friend since we rescued him in 2002. I imagine that some of you will have been lucky enough to have met him as well. In 2014, after a long and happy life, he gently passed away, which is a very sad occasion for us all here. In addition to this, a month later was when I moved out to go to university, meaning that the number of residents at Beaver Close halved from 4 to 2. Not only were we crushed to have lost Polo, but it's no secret that Mum was also very sad that her little boy was moving on to pastures new away from home. It wasn't until very recently, in the summer of 2017, that the decision was finally made to replace that canine void in the household. Mum often told me how much she dearly missed
Richard! Alpha dog!
Mum often told me how much she dearly missed coming home to a dog after work. So the decision was made for a very handsome Cocker Spaniel puppy to join our family. Now, I was living in Munich at the time when this new puppy first came into our lives, so I was really rather intrigued to find out what this new pup would be called. So when I was finally informed, as Mum's son, Will, that the new dog's name would be Will Son, it really made me question whether it was just that canine void being filled, or whether I was in fact being replaced myself. My suspicions were further aroused when I learned of the fate of the old games room by the front door, where I used to play Xbox and watch TV when I was younger. Guess which furry friend now has full reign over that room? I guess I should consider myself lucky that my bedroom's still my own. But all suspicions about myself being slowly ousted from the family home aside, something I do wish to underscore is how I've seen our home be filled with genuine love and care, with Mum and Richard living in it. When people ask me what my mum is like, the phrase that I often find myself falling back on is, the nicest and most caring person that I know. I could not be more thankful for the love and care that I've received and continue to receive from my mum. And it fills me with joy to see that very same affection imparted on Richard, and for Richard to reciprocate that in the very same way. I find it a real privilege to be able to live under this roof with the both of them, and I could not be more thrilled to be standing here today and wishing them all the very best as they start their new wedded lives together. So Ben, if you'd like to pass me your glass, my glass. I'd like to raise this glass, or if you don't have a glass, a teacup, to Mum and Richard.